My name is Zahid Munir. Uh, I qualified my ACCA in 2014, and after that, I joined a Big Four audit firm, EY. There, I started my training, and I completed my articles of 4 years from there in audit and taxation. Okay. After that, I started my chartered accountancy from Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan, and I have completed it in 2019. Uh, I completed my CPA and MPhil in Accounts and Finance from FAST University here in Pakistan, a leading university. Currently, I am Senior Audit Manager in a trust, a Sharif trust here in Pakistan. And during this journey, I have experience of teaching students more than 12 years. Okay. Yes, my accounting specialty and the specialty are especially in taxation and audit. Okay, I'm teaching worldwide students. Recently, my two students in September 2019 attempt of ACCA, they are place winners. Okay, one in F8 and the other is in F1. Previously, it was a business accountant in business. So this is my brief introduction and qualifications.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So today's session is actually all about bridging the gap between what you're studying in school or college and between what actually being applied at work. So my very first question for you, sir, because you are an audit senior audit manager and things like that, you will know this better. From your experience, is there a gap between what's being studied in the syllabus and what is actually being applied at work?
Yeah, there is a huge gap because in studies we study theories and we study just knowledge. And sometimes many students join the accountancy firms and like practical exposure, but they get practical experience. But in studies, there is just educational knowledge, but the practical implication is very different because scenarios in different countries and in different at work environment, there is a huge gap between getting knowledge and just to apply it at a work.
Okay,
and,
sir.
I prefer those students that whenever they get their education, they have to apply. But here the students acquire the knowledge within at the start of the 3 years. They are just students, but after that, when they went to join an audit firm or any company, it would become very difficult for the application because they forgot some knowledge. So I think it's better that to acquire knowledge and apply it lively during their studies. So that's why ACCA is the best. They have designed their syllabus, and they say that you can get a practical exposure along with it.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for the first question. So this actually leads to our second question, which is, what is your advice for students to bridge the gap? One advice.
Yeah, I have covered. Yes, I have covered this in my previous answer that the students should acquire the knowledge and apply it lively during their studies. I think students should start ACCA and they should also start practical exposure in some audit firm a second time. Okay, it could be.
Okay,
By this way, all over the world, many students, like in advanced countries, the students are doing the same thing. But I think in underdeveloped countries, in Asian countries, here the students get knowledge who within 2 or 3 years, and after that they join the firm. So I think the gap should be bridged by doing the same things at the same time.
Okay, thank you, sir. So my next question is, if you have a chance to go back to your college or your school, what will be that one subject that you full-heartedly learn and having fun with it beyond the books itself?
Yeah, of course. I would like to do audit because audit and accounting have both combination that you have to perform audit on accounts. So international accounting standard, international financial reporting standards, you should have grip on accounts, and you have to implement that, and the audit will be on the accounting knowledge. So I think accountancy and the audit is very important for me, because it is the myth of the ACCA. Okay. So
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for that. Okay, my next question, sir. This one is something everyone faces. How do we be creative at work when the work itself it's like a very repetitive work and very boring work? So how do you give suggestion for that kind of scenario?
Yeah. At starting, I think when we are trainee students, it is the job. Okay, we have to do a lot of work repetitively. So by this way, motivation get lost. So I will suggest that you have to get a command on that. You have to search new ideas in that repetitive work. You have to be motivated. After that, you can link it with another. Like suppose if you are passing entries as computer, okay, you can think the new software like new IT software like ERP systems. Okay, it's my just example for the students that if you are doing repetitive work, so you have to change it. Okay, because the world is turbulent, the world is changing. You have to change that. You can request your seniors. You can find a fun in that. By this way, you can maintain your motivation.
Okay, thank you, sir. So what you are trying to tell is actually make it as fun as possible and always try to do new things. Okay, my next question is, what are your views for our current education system? It can be in your country or as a general. And what are your few measures that you are taking for the betterment of the education itself?
In my country, the education system is not very good, because in some universities, because I am also visiting faculty member in National University and teaching there to graduate and master students. In my country, because the education is latest, but its application differs. But I think in like professional studies, ACCA, CA, CPA, and this kind of education system, they are evolving according to the new era. So like you can see that in ACCA system, you have they are doing a lot of betterment by implementing CB's exams. Yes. And they are introducing, I think they are introducing new information technology at advanced level. I think in 2 or 3 years, they will be doing some research kind of, they will be adding some new exams, I think. Okay, because sometimes we do meetings with the ACC officials, this and that. And the new era, I think there is a robotics, okay, and robots are in the in advanced countries, they are working there, so we have to learn that. So there are a lot of gap here because what we studied, the practical implication is different. I can say that the information technology is changing this all. SAP is
Yes.
a new thing. I think the students should learn that. So by this way, we can bridge the gap between current education system, and we have to implement that for the students. So students should learn information technology according to fill up the gap.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
My very last question for this session. Do share with us your one mistake that you have done when you were a student in college or your school, which the adult you now, Mr. Zahid, who wants to change it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Because we are human beings and we do a lot of mistakes. Yes, I have mistakes because when I started my ACCA, I just focused on my studies, and I did not do practical exposure along with that. I think by getting knowledge and to do practical exposure along with it, at second time, at part-time job, you can do it. But this way you can implement whatever you have learned. Okay, so I did mistake and I wasted, you can say, not wasted, but you can say that I should be 4 years, okay, ahead, because I just put 3 years in ACCA qualification. After that, 4 years in getting practical exposure. So 7 years overall, if I will say. But I think for the students, it's my advice also. You should get knowledge, and you have to join a firm, audit firm or any company. Okay, because why I am saying audit firm? Because audit firms, you can do a lot of work, taxation, advisory, okay, audit. So this was my mistake. If I
Okay.
born again, born again, okay, I will
Okay, thank you
but
so
it's not
much.
possible.
I think that is the same scenario for mine also. Very similar situation. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for sharing everything. So, do you have,
yeah.
because we are already towards the end of the session, so do you have any final words you want to
Yeah.
share with the students, fresh graduates, and employees who are in this particular field, in accounting related field?
Yeah, of course, I will do that. The final words that the information technology is the modern in this modern era. You have to learn that. You have to learn ERP systems. You have to learn SAP, and you have to learn what, like here in COVID-19. Okay, you are well aware that the information technology, the online classes, okay, are there. So I think the usage of information technology is very important along with your study.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I think I had a wonderful time, and I hope all the audiences also get some insights of getting started to apply whatever they have studied.